everyone, as you can see there's this small tear, so start off by threading the needle. Afterwards add dots in the circular shape and then slowly begin to stitch according to the shape. Now as you're going according to the dots, then it'll form a star-like shape to it. Now after this, continue to add layers to it so that it covers up the hole that is there in the middle. The more layers you add, the better. Now once you go to the middle and then you've completely covered stitching up all of the holes that are present, then tie a knot to it and you should be left with this shape. Next, start off by cutting out the sleeve. Then take a sock and then afterwards cut out the elastic portion of this. Fold it over and then begin to do a running stitch on this portion of the sock. Now as you continue to do so, make sure that you go the entire circle. Now after you're done with the entire length of the sock and then you reach the other portion of it, then afterwards it should be connected as such. After you've connected the two of them, then bring it out to the other side and then afterwards begin to make this loop stitch to it. As you can see, we are pulling the needle through and then afterwards we are wrapping the thread around it and then pulling it through once again to make this loop stitch at the end. Now, after you're done with this, then go an entire circle for this as well. Make it the right side and then this is what it should look like. Next, start off by taking the sleeve, fold it over. Start off by threading the needle and then after you do so, bring it out from underneath it. Make this V-shaped stitch to it to begin with. Afterwards, go underneath and then continue to make this V-shaped stitch to it. As you can see, we are making multiple of them and then we are moving in a downward direction. As you continue to do so alternatively as such. Now, thread the other needle and then afterwards use a different thread this time and then pull the needle through and then make multiple loops out of the thread as such and then once again pull it through. Do this at the end of each of the ends. After that, do it until you reach the bottom and then it should almost look like a decorative vine. Now, for our next design, we'll start off by taking any sort of sock, cut off the elastic portion of it, insert it into the sleeve. Now after this, begin to stitch it as per this. Our first stitch will be a horizontal stitch. Wrap the thread around the needle and then pull it through in order to make this loop. Now put the needle through the initial loop that you've created, then put it underneath the material, bring it back on top and then right before you pull it all the way through, wrap the thread around the needle and then pull it all the way through. As you continue to do this, this is what it should look like. As you go backwards, undo the stitches and then pull it through. This way the stitching will not be visible, but it will still be present. Now go the entire way to it and then this is what you should be left with. Now, for our next design, we'll start off by taking the sleeve portion of any sort of t-shirt that is loose. Draw this line, a diagonal line ever so slightly at the top, using a cloth chalk and then slowly begin to make these horizontal stitches. As you're making these horizontal stitches, continue to do so until the end. Now as you're continuing to do so, then make sure once you reach the end of it, you pull it tight all the way through so that the stitching is no longer seen. And at the same time, the material is adjusted to fit the person all the more better. Then after you pull it through, this is what it should look like. It should be entirely lifted. Thank you for watching.